they will not escape judgment. They will not achieve the world that they desire. If their machines are large as planets with the recorders and data systems able to be the size of moons, at the end of the day, they will not win. We're in a theater, in a play, where evil will be allowed its moments to be seen as what it is, and God can also be seen with his grace and his beauty, his magnificence, to come up with a way to save his creation. Tesla, one of the unique things about the way he worked was he built everything he did in his mind. It takes too long to construct it physically and have it fail. Tesla loved that he could sit and build something in his mind, see how each component worked, how large it had to be, how small it had to be, how it would fit into something else, how the materials would move based on the physical design. He would build it all in his mind, which meant he didn't waste time or money physically building it till he had perfected it and could walk through the steps and see the effect completed mentally, and then he'd build it. From a biblical perspective, time travel, first of all, isn't hard. It's relatively simple. And it's recorded in the scriptures that a certain thing was happening, went back in time, changed it. We have the record that it was changed because God changed it, and then it went forward. And events proceeded from that moment differently going out in the future, as well as other writings that seem to indicate that time was walked back changed. We have the recording of the fact that it was walked back and how it was changed, and then went forward from there. So literally an alternate timeline that may have existed and was altered to go a different direction. So food for thought. If the monsters we're fighting are able to prevail, they will go to some type of machine world where we're only a component, a biocomponent in a much larger silicon-based life form that over time will go from being a myriad of silicon-based life forms of various types to some type of a singularity. And ultimately, the bio side would be not very efficient, not needed. That's the devil's mentality. Is that going to be an option? God has said no. Adam and his seed, Abraham and his seed, Jacob and his seed inherit the physical world, not just across the earth, not even across the solar system, but out across the galaxy and galaxies. That's the way I read it. Does that really room for Satan and his angels and their machine world, their godless world, where the curse of death is on the blood, and they hope to bypass it in a machine age where their memories, their thoughts, their being can be downloaded into machines? They will not escape judgment. They will not achieve the world that they desire. If their machines are large as planets with the recorders and data systems able to be the size of moons, at the end of the day, they will not win. We're in a theater, in a play, where evil will be allowed its moments to be seen as what it is, and God can also be seen with his grace and his beauty, his magnificence, to come up with a way to save his creation that meets all of his criteria. And the devil's not going to get him at a catch-22. All the wisdom, all the intelligence of Satan and his angels is foolishness to God. I want to be on point with the most critical stuff. I haven't really taken any time. There's stuff I want to do in a couple of my cars, my trucks. There's some film stuff I want to do. I've put it all to the side because we're now in that rarefied final moments before these huge changes happen here in the West and out across the world. Dramas that people have been waiting millennia to see. Do I want to be distracted with what interior color or what material or whatever? I can sort of a little bit, but at this moment, we don't have time for that really. And so I've set everything else aside while we complete these next few moments, and even stuff where I could do a presentation or appearance and get to be in proximity to other people that I really enjoy being with and all that. You know what? There's other work behind the scenes. It's too critical. I'll let other people do that. And we'll have plenty of time to yuck it up later down the road.